live and on your side. This is WSAV News 3 Today at 11.
And a very good morning to you. I'm Ben Katko. Kim Gusby has the day off. Thanks for joining us here on WSAV News 3 Today at 11 as we go outside for that live look there at the north end of Tybee this morning. Storm Team 3 meteorologist Alyssa Carsley also outside in Taylor Square this morning. She's here with a look at your forecast first. I envy you not at all having to be out there. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ben. Not at all. It feels so wonderful outside. It's so great out here. It's not muggy whatsoever. I know, I'm terrible at lying, especially since you can see that feel like temperature at 99 degrees once again. And of course today, still tracking that intense heat, especially since we have that extreme heat warning up and down the entire coastline. That just means our feel like temperatures could very well climb up to 115 degrees across the area, especially across Hilton Head, Bluffton, and Beaufort. We saw that yesterday. Beaufort, in fact, you hit a max heat index value of 118. You could very well do it again. You take away the humidity, and of course our high temperatures still staying just as hot as at least yesterday, as we're taking another run for that triple-digit mark right at 100 degrees for that high temperature. One thing that might stop us from doing so is not just the cloud cover, but also this hot breeze. So yes, we're tracking a hot wind once again, but it's at least helping to blow around the hot air just a little bit more as of right now. Things will change though as we head into the afternoon, as we're tracking those temperatures back above the upper 80s into the upper 90s to right around 100 degrees with that triple-digit mark for the high temperature across Glenville, Darien, as well as Jessup. So coming up in the complete Storm Team 3 forecast, we'll talk about that low chance of rain that arrives later on this afternoon, and of course talk about the seasonable weather that returns for the weekend.
All right, Alyssa, thank you. Topping our news this morning, the intense heat has prompted the city of Savannah to open the doors again to more than a dozen community centers to help provide residents in need with a safe place to stay cool. The following locations are now open until 6 tonight: the Carver Village Neighborhood Center on Colette Avenue, Cloverdale Neighborhood Center on Cynthia Street, the Crusader Neighborhood Center, that's on Coffee Bluff Villa Road. The Eastside Regional Center on Goebel Avenue is also open. Hudson Hill Center on Hudson Street, the John S. Delaware Regional Center on Lincoln Street, the Liberty City Neighborhood Center on Millsby Lane Boulevard, the Mary Flournoy Golden Age Center on West 39th Street. Those are all open. The Tatumville Neighborhood Center on Coleman Street, the Tompkins Regional Center on Ogeechee Road, the Tremont Neighborhood Center on Page Avenue, the Windsor Forest Regional Center on Briarcliff Circle, and the WW Law Regional Center, that is on East Bolton Street. They're all open for you. 9 splash pads across Savannah are also open to help keep you cool throughout the day today. In just a couple of hours, 7 city pools will also be open and available. You can see the full list of those locations and the times on our website at wsav.com/cooling centers. Happening now, tributes continue to honor the memory of the late South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. As you take a live look from Columbia this morning, the funeral for the man who served in Congress for more than 2 decades will be held in about an hour at First Baptist Church. As we get settled there, folks walking in this morning. A private family burial for the senator will be held this afternoon in Pickens County. Today's services follow a day of tributes in our nation's capital. Washington correspondent Gabrielle Caracciolo has more on those ceremonies.
For the last time, Senator Lindsey Graham is brought to the Capitol Rotunda.
My heart is heavy.
Filled with his political allies and adversaries mourning his sudden death.
May God rest the soul of Senator Lindsey Graham, a true American original.
The emotions were palpable as family, friends, and colleagues said their final goodbyes.
Family meant everything to Lindsey. It drove his passion for service. It drove his fight for policy, and it kept him grounded.
At the National Cathedral, President Trump paid tribute to his once rival turned friend and ally.
He was truly a great politician, serving the country he loved to serve so deeply. He went out at the peak of his career, at the top of his game, as a legend that every one of us, many of us here today, blessed to know him, and a friend that none of us will ever forget.
And fighting through tears, the late senator's niece remembered how despite his busy work schedule, he always made time for family.
So I count my many blessings to have known him and loved him, and I rejoice in his memory.
That was Gabrielle Caracciolo reporting. The presidents of Ukraine and Finland and the Prime Minister of Israel were also among those at yesterday's ceremony at the National Cathedral. Their appearance showed a real representation of the influential role that Senator Graham played in foreign policy. The senator will be laid to rest this afternoon in Pickens County. WSAV's your local election headquarters. We're getting closer to finding out who will become the Republican nominee for the South Carolina Senate seat once held by Lindsey Graham. The filing period wrapped up yesterday at noon. The field now stands at a dozen candidates. They include Congressman Russell Fry and Ralph Norman, businessman Mark Lynch, former Governor and Congressman Mark Sanford, attorney Duke Buckner, former Myrtle Beach Mayor Mark McBride, North Carolina businessman Clark Nielsen, biochemical engineer Samuel Shepard, Danny Ford, the son of former Clemson football coach Danny Ford, retired Air Force officer Glenda Gale Parker, social media influencer Darius Mitchell, and State Senator Darlene Graham, who was appointed to that seat by Governor McMaster following the death of her brother. Only those who voted for the Republican ballot in the June primary or didn't vote at all can vote in the special Republican primary. Early voting begins 1 week from today, Wednesday, August 5th. It runs through Friday the 7th. Election day is Tuesday, August 11th. The deadline to request an absentee ballot is this Friday. The winner of this race will face off against Democrat Dr. Annie Andrews coming up in November. Ahead of the election, the South Carolina Republican Party will host a GOP Senate debate. It'll take place this upcoming Monday. That's August 3rd from 7 to 8 p.m. at a location that has not yet been announced. You can stay up to date on all political happenings in both South Carolina and Georgia ahead of the November election. You can do that on our website anytime. Just visit WSAV.com/electionHQ. Coming up here, Storm Team 3 meteorologist Alyssa Carsley will be back with a look at your full forecast. But first,